left-wingers, liberals, you need to be showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man? Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them. What the fuck is this?
874 Bellevue Drive, and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
Well, my understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
Hey, guess what? We have a new installment of our favorite sketch comedian. It's Misha with her new leaked Erica Kirk video. Let's watch. Let's watch. It's the first time I'm seeing it. Let's watch.
Give it to me. It's about to start. Welcome, my TPUSA family, all 666 of you. As you know, the last 2 weeks since Charlie's death have been incredibly difficult for all the haters, commies, and Nehemiah's detractors. That's because Charlie's memorial was such a huge success. More than 90,000 in attendance, 200,000 in merch sales, millions watching worldwide, taking in an additional 200 million shekels. I mean dollars. We pulled off the biggest event in TPUSA history. We were really staring down the barrel of a gun there for a moment, but we kept our sights on the target and we took our shot. My God is just. And of course, no one acting alone could have pulled something like this off. There were so many people involved in this effort. Like Mikey. Where's Mikey?
Amazing.
Mikey? Oh, there you are on the phone, walking speedily away, you ham. Oh, I'm so happy I could just shout it from the rooftops. Anyway, I brought you all here to say, as a gesture of my utmost appreciation for all your hard work, you're fired.
But if we did such a good job, why are we getting fired?
Well, all I can say is we're going in a different direction. Now, if you don't mind, you all need to exit the premises immediately. Shabbat shalom. Security!
Well done.
Misha.
I like the crazy eyes.
Yeah, the crazy eyes you're spot on.
Well done. What's that? The crazy eyes?
Yes, it was difficult to do crazy eyes.
You did it well. I like the wig. Where'd you get the wig from?
The internet. It was a Taylor Swift wig.
Oh, no kidding.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it's titled.
Fantastic. All right, well done, Misha Paulin. What is your is it Misha Micmac or Micmac Paulin?
Micmac Paulin.
At YouTube.
Yep.
Micmac Paulin on YouTube. Everybody check that out. Great job, Misha.
Thank you.
Nice work.
Over stuff.
Oh boy. All right, stand by. Ladies and gentlemen. You know what? Hey, will you grab the book? I think I have the book in the office. We're gonna do it, folks. It's gonna happen. We're gonna do another book club this Saturday. So we're doing and you can do camera 4 beside me. That's right. I'm wearing my Honey Pot t-shirt. Honey Pot. Come on, girls. Honey Pot. If you can't find it, it's okay. I'll find it later. I must have moved it. I did move it. I knew I was going to bring it in. I wonder where I put it.
Looking for?
Book.
Right here.
You see it?
Right here.
Oh, there it is. Haha. It was
Okay.
close.
You guys are so
It's
stupid.
so silly. So silly. It was right in front of me. All right. You got to go. We're going to do this. Betsy's in the studio. There's a lot going on in the studio today. So we're going to do this on Saturday, I believe 1 p.m. And we're going to read up to chapter 3. So that'll be, I think that takes you up on page 113 in the book. But just so you know, if you're reading the PDF, just read through chapter 3 and we'll be doing this story on Saturday. Or story. We'll be doing the book. Are you ready?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And so much fun. This is so much fun. Let me see here. Oh, I have one right here. Bravo, Misha. That skit was hilarious. So well done. T-Bone. Thank you, T-Bone. And then let's see whatever we have. Shabbat Shalom. I'm anti-Israel, but everyone gets this wrong. Jews have had their DNA analyzed more than anyone. Ashkenazi Jews are half Mid-Eastern. Does not justify Zionism. Home DNA tests don't tell whole story. Julie. Thank you, Julie, for that. Julie, how many of you watched the State of the Union? Tell me in the chat if you watched it. I couldn't stomach it. There was no way it was going to happen. I couldn't do it. Oh, hold on. This is Say No to Sono and Autism. Hold on. You get a gong. Bam. Sono. Hi, Steph. Autism is mostly a gender reveal epidemic. When do you think moms will say no to ultrasound-induced thermal injuries and brain inflammation for vanity photos and videos? Yale-trained obstetrician Dr. Richard Wood. You know, I think a lot of people think that the medical industry, when they say, hey, you should get this you should do the ultrasound, I think they think that's a part of it. I think, but I only recently found out that you shouldn't be doing that. And you'll see one of the doctors was telling us that when they do the ultrasound, you will actually see the fetus moving away from that. Yeah, I mean, and I think if I had had a kid 20 years ago, 25 years ago, or more, I probably would have done all those vaccine regimens that they had. Wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known. All right, Jimmy, you ready?
Oh.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, back to Jimmy.
So there's finally something happening in the United States because of the Epstein files, right? So a lot of people getting in trouble in Europe, a lot of people getting in trouble in other parts of the country, having to resign, being charged with crimes. In the United States, nothing. Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, nothing happening to him, nothing happening to Bill Gates, nothing happening to all the people that Thomas Massey named. He named 4 big names. But finally, there's the guy who's the head. He used to be the Secretary of the Treasury, is now the head of Harvard. He's 100% corrupt. He was one of the guys who pushed to deregulate Wall Street, so then it led to the collapse in 2008. That was Larry Summers doing. And again, you never have to pay a price for it. He was president of Harvard, but guess what? The president of Harvard is stepping down. Larry Summers, former U.S. Secretary of Treasury, Harvard professor, resigns from the university as a relationship with child trafficker Epstein has come under scrutiny. So let's see. Well, there he is. That's him there. That's Larry Summers. There's Larry Summers. There's Jeffrey Epstein. There's Larry Summers. There's Jeffrey Epstein. So you get it. Okay. Yeah, they're all happy. So the embattled former Treasury Secretary and Harvard president is leaving his teaching post at the higher education institution at the end of this academic year as the fallout over his life. I have made the difficult decision to retire from my Harvard professorship, Summers said in a statement Wednesday. I will always be grateful to the thousands of students who didn't report me. I will always be grateful to the thousands of students and colleagues I have been privileged to teach and work with since coming to Harvard as a graduate student years ago. Isn't it amazing that that's the luxury of being a powerful person in the United States? You can commit the worst crimes imaginable, and the worst that'll happen is that you have to resign. That's what's happening. He took a step back from his teaching duties late last year and also left his job as director of Harvard's Masavar Ramani Center for Business and Government. Really? That's a real thing. Harvard's Masavar Ramani Center for Business and Government, amid a review into his ties to the late convicted SEX offender. A series of releases from the Department of Justice and House Oversight Committee with millions of previously undisclosed documents now public has roiled academic and international financial institutions, current and former elected officials at the highest level of American politics, as well as the media industry. Former President Bill Clinton, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, former Microsoft CEO Bill Gates, and MAGA stalwart Steve Bannon are among the many public figures whose connections to Epstein have been made public. All have denied wrongdoing. In Europe, it led to the arrest and sacking, that means firing, of Peter Mandelson, the former British ambassador to the United States, and the arrest of Prince Andrew. That's right. I'm not going to say his real Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. I'm just going to call him Prince Andrew. Both have also denied criminal wrongdoing. Summers came under fire last November after a tranche of emails released by which is different than a cache. There's a tranche of emails. There's a cache of emails. Usually it's a cache of weapons. Anyway, tranche of emails released by the House Oversight Committee revealed that he'd sought Epstein's advice about pursuing a relationship with a mentee. That means someone he's mentoring, a young female that he's mentoring, that she's referred to as a mentee. Among other communications just before the Jeffrey Epstein's 2019 arrest. I love how they still refer to him as a financier. They still call him a financier instead of the head of a PDF trafficking organization and blackmailing and a deep state operative. They still call him a financier. What did he finance? Nobody can tell. Nobody knows. How did he make his money as a financier? Nobody knows. Epstein referred to himself as the former Treasury Secretary's wingman. In one email, Summers and his wife, Elisa New, that's her name, Elisa New, visited Epstein's private island during their honeymoon in 2005.
Oh.
Wow. When he says he was Epstein's wingman, what does he do? Does he filter out the ones who are of legal age? Come on, am I right? Come on. I'm deeply ashamed of my actions and recognize the pain they have caused, he told Politico last November. I take full responsibility for my misguided decision to continue communicating with Mr. Epstein. Summers stepped back from his public commitments shortly after the emails were released and left the board of OpenAI Foundation several days later. He also left high-profile posts at the Center for American Progress, Bloomberg News, the Brookings Institution. He was at the Center for American Progress and the Brookings Institution. That's like being a member of the RNC and the DNC. Isn't it amazing? It's not a uniparty at all. It's not a uniparty. And also, he left the Yale Budget Lab, among other spots. No kidding. So here's some of the stuff, right? Larry Summers was 64 years old when he had this email exchange with Jeffrey Epstein. It truly goes to show that every human being, no matter their age, wealth, or power, is secretly an insecure 12-year-old. So here, I'll read this to you. So remember, he's talking about in this email a woman that he's mentoring. Okay, so let's go at 3:08 p.m. Larry Summers wrote, "We talked on the phone. We talked on the phone. Then I can't talk later. Didn't think I can talk tomorrow. So that's what this girl is telling him. This young woman is telling him, I can't talk later. Didn't think I can talk tomorrow. I said, what are you up to? She said, I'm busy. I said, awfully coy you are. And then I said, did you really rearrange the weekend we were going to be together because guy number 3 was coming? She said, no, his schedule changed after we changed our plans. I said, okay, I gotta go. Call me whenever you feel like it. Tone was not of good feeling. I didn't want to be in a gift-giving competition while being the friend without benefits. That's an email that Larry Summers wrote to Jeffrey Epstein, about this young co-ed that he's supposedly mentoring. Jeffrey Epstein writes back, she's smart, making you pay for past errors. Ignore the daddy, I'm going to go out with the motorcycle guy. You reacted well.
Oh.
Annoyed shows caring, no whining shows strength. So they're saying that this young girl has daddy issues, and that's why she's going out with the guy in the Harley, right? So that's like an old trope that guys say about when you see a beautiful girl on the back of a Harley with some guy, that's a girl who hates her father, right? That's what they say, and that's what Jeffrey Epstein's saying to Larry Summers right there. Ignore the daddy, I'm going to go out with the motorcycle guy. So that's what that is. And there he is talking about how he's trying to get it on with a young female that he's supposedly mentoring. Also, if you watch the movie Inside Job about 2008, the financial crisis, watching Inside Job 2010 about the mortgage default swaps and collapse of Lehman, that's a big bank, in 2008, lots of the players now in the Epstein files are in this documentary, including Larry Summers. When he was president of Harvard, he was instrumental in the deregulation making way for the collapse. His salary was this in 2010. His salary was in between $16.5 million and $39.5 million. Wow. 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 A lot of money. So someone's paying a price, finally a little bit of a price here in the West, in the United States. Finally, someone's having to resign. Lutnick is not, the Commerce Secretary, certainly not resigning. Bill Gates not stepping down from anything he's currently involved in. Bill Clinton. There's no shame, no remorse, no nothing. So finally, we got Larry Summers, who is a corrupt garbage person, if you know anything about Larry Summers. And Harvard has lost billions of dollars under his tutelage, under his watch anyway, put it that way. Good to see him gone. Good to see him in trouble. Good to see someone having to pay a price for this. Okay, let's throw it over to Steph.
Go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is from Morty. I was watching Russ from DD in Hanoi, and it occurred to me that since the U.S. left Vietnam, that they've lived in peace for 50 years. When will our government give us peace? I'm 65 and still waiting. Now, Morty, right? I heard Eric Klopper might be on today. Is that true? Future intact? Was Eric later, right? Eric was. We're rescheduling. Something came up for Eric, okay? But you were right about that one. Future intact. I'm glad Misha is still here on the show. Haven't seen her as much lately. I know. I don't know what's about. Give her a raise for all her hard work. Done. And that's from Netulism. Thank you so much, Netulism. Much appreciated. Okay, let's see what else I have, folks. Moving slow today. Lots of different things happening. Larry Summers, man. His wingman, Epstein's wingman. They're all gross, aren't they?
Okay, come to me.
Back to Jimmy.